Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Adam Azim defends his EBU European super lightweight title with a fifth round knockout of Enock Poulson of Denmark, originally from Zambia. Poulson came in undefeated, 14 wins, no draws, no defeats, 5 KOs, and he was a former EBU champ himself. Now, he won the title against the man that Adam Azim won it from, which was Frank Petitjean. And during that 12-round decision against Petitjean, Poulson dislocated his shoulder 3 times, which makes you wonder how the hell he won the fight. But he did, and he had to give up the title, which Azim then won a vacant title from Petitjean. But he had to have surgery on the shoulder. Now, he's 31 years old, and if you know anything about shoulder injuries, it's never, ever the same. It doesn't matter what you do to it. You can have reconstructive surgery. You can have, every type of surgery. It just pops out. I mean, George Groves had this injury against, I think in the final round against Chris Eubank Jr., and it was just never the same. And he only had one more fight, which was his knockout loss to Callum Smith. Of course, you remember Danny Williams. He had that dislocated shoulder against Mark Potter. Somehow pulled out a hook to knock Potter out and win the British title. But it's an injury that never really repairs. And in this fight, in the 5th round, I think Azim landed a punch. They're both orthodox fighters. He landed a punch to the shoulder blade, to the sort of socket. And sure enough, Poulson pulled away, grimaced. He was in agony. The shoulder popped out. He took a knee. And basically, he knew he couldn't continue, and he shouldn't have continued. I mean, he was in agony, and he took the count. Yeah, okay, technically he quit, but come on, man. I mean, he walked back to his corner. You could see the arm hanging out of you could see it wasn't even in the socket. So a successful first defence for Azim, but Azim, it must be said, was on the way to winning this fight. And I'd given him every round up to that point. Azim at 21 is absolutely huge for the weight. And Enock Poulson didn't do anything wrong in this fight. He had he looked less, refined. I mean, Azim was standing upright, moving, but always holding his shape. Poulson was far looser, a little bit less controlled. But, slick nevertheless. But even though he wasn't doing anything wrong, Azim was doing everything better. And they were, trying to exchange jabs, trying to sort of control the range. Both were. Poulson was moving a lot more. Azim was just kind of moving forward, trying to look for the opportunities to step in and land his own hard punches. At no point was either man really buzzed at any point in the fight. But you got the feeling that Azim won all 4 of the first rounds. There were no cuts. No one was floored. No one was hurt to the body. It looked to me like Azim was probably going to step on the gas, go through the gears in maybe the middle rounds, and then try and stop Poulson in the late rounds. I would have predicted that happening, actually. I would have predicted Azim, because Azim didn't look like he got out of second gear, whereas Poulson was fighting, relatively well. Not doing anything bad, but just didn't look like he had the gears to go through. It looked to me like if the bigger man, which was Azim, had put it on Poulson after, sapping a lot of his energy, and Poulson had slowed down, it looked to me like Azim would have, put his foot on the pedal, and basically run over Poulson in the last quarter of the fight. But we'll never know because of the injury. It's a shame. I mean, I think Poulson's going to struggle now to get that injury sorted out and to carry on with his career. It's just, you injure your shoulder, it's just never the same. It's like a back injury. You're never ever the same. You can have surgery, you can, do all sorts of physio, but especially in something like boxing, very, very difficult to recover. But anyway, a successful first defence for Adam Azim, only 21 years old, got the world at his feet, and looking good. He's now 11 wins, no defeats, no draws, and I think he's got eight KOs, which is a good KO percentage. but he's at European level quite clearly already, and he's only 21. So I would say a couple more defences of the EBU title, then move on to top 15 heavies in the world, not heavies, top 15 super lightweights in the world, and try and edge your way forward. Let him get his man strength, let him fill out. He's going to move through the weights. He might be a multi-weight champ, but I wouldn't hurry him. There's no reason. Christ almighty, he's only 21. He's only a kid. But keep him ticking over. He's got Shane McGuigan in the corner looking after him. Very, very good trainer who brings his fighters on very, very well. I think this kid's going to go places. I really do. I think he's the best prospect in Britain, even though you've got Ben Whittaker and people like that. But this guy's only 21. 21 years old. It's amazing. So did you see this fight? What did you think? Wasn't an exciting fight, but it's good to see a kid coming up through the ranks, seeing how good he is, seeing what he can do. And he did dominate a decent European level fighter. So comments below if you've got any. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please hit the like button as well. That'd be a big deal for us. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.